A few months ago I did a video on my Jaguar X-Type, highlighting all the things that could go wrong with it, and I thought now I'd do the opposite video, saying what a brilliant car it is and how much fun I've had with it. My car is the 2.5 V6 and it was manufactured in January 2001, which makes it one of the very first V6 interceptors, to paraphrase Mad Max. The car itself is in really good condition. You can see the bodywork is really sound, there's not much rust in it. Tiny little bit in the wheel arches which I can address whenever I feel like it. But otherwise, for a car that's 16 years old, it is in amazingly good condition. I can use the remote to open the boot if I don't want to open the rest of the car, which means that you can just lift it up without having to struggle with the button. And we've got a nice big boot inside. Underneath the carpet there's a big area, so I've got various bits of kit, tow rope, jump leads, triangle, all the things that I have actually never used but one day might be required to use. And in here also we've got the CD multi-changer. I've got 6 CDs in there at the moment, all classic retro punk, I'm pleased to say. A nice feature is that if you don't shut one of the doors properly, try to lock the car. Oh, it didn't work. That was interesting, never done that before. So the alarm works. If you don't lock all the doors properly and then walk away, it will tell you that you've done that wrong, flash at you and say, "Oi, come and shut that door." Quite often it's the boot because it looks closed but it's not closed. Now the car's locked. My car didn't come equipped with fold down seats, but I bought some off of eBay for 85 quid and fitted them, and they are amazingly useful because I can put lots of equipment on there without damaging the leather. I also got virtually a brand new set of seats in that deal. Lots of leg room in the back of these cars, no complaints from adults or children, and the handling's great so you don't feel sick in the back of the car. It's got a nice grey interior in really good condition. The door panels are a bit plasticky and I've had to repair them using polymorph, but they're really easy to clean so they never get really dirty and have that horrible scruffy look about them. There's a sign for the airbag. Apparently this car's got 7 airbags in it, which is obviously a boon if you decide to trash it. Nice grey leather in really good condition, very comfortable, all worn in. A nice fascia. Sound system is brilliant in this car, absolutely awesome considering how old it is. And I've got a radio, a CD and the old school cassette player, which still works all perfectly well. Nice little feature, ashtray, but you've got the power socket so that you can plug your phone in and charge it as you go along. Fortunately, the air conditioning in this car is awesomely good, so I'm going to just get the car started because I am boiling. Start her up. Sounds lovely, just idling on about 1,200. Engine's showing cold. Fuel tank's full. No engine management lights. Brake lights showing working, showing that I've not got my seatbelt on. So obviously before I take off I'll put that on. Air conditioning system. Showing 25 exterior and I've set it to 17 on the interior. And I like to use this particular symbol. I've read somewhere that if you use the auto it will play up. There's a solar sensor on the dashboard which helps control the air conditioning. I think on my car it doesn't actually do anything because it's not actually connected. Another nice feature for an old car, one-touch windows. So when it's hot today, just a quick flick down and away it goes. Perfect. My car, because it is one of the first of the V6 Interceptors, has only got hand-driven rear windows. The later models have all electric. I think this car is actually the base model, so you don't get a cheaper one than this, but what you got for your money was pretty good, I think. Right, let's take it for a ride. Well, there's no one around. I'm just doing 20 in third gear, so I'll just put my foot down. And you see it's got plenty of pickup. That just took it up to 50 on this back road. Obviously the car hasn't completely heated up yet, it's only on the quarter segment. When I get on the main road, we'll use its legs a bit. I'm very conscious of the speed limits around here. In England, the B roads, ironically this B road is 60 miles an hour, which is rather stupid. It should be 30. The main roads are 60. In the town they're 30. And it varies in between according to the conditions. So I'm coming onto a 60 mile an hour road now. I'll leave myself a little bit of a gap in the traffic, otherwise I'll be up behind this Mercedes before he knows it. So we're just sitting on 30, putting the foot down, everyone's braking, I'm now doing 60. Letting it off. Now you see everyone brakes hard into this corner. I don't actually need to brake because the four-wheel drive digs in. So that's quite a good example. I went around that corner quite safely at 50 miles an hour. No need to touch the brakes. And this is one of the few cars where you can actually accelerate through the corners rather have to brake set up and then let go afterwards. Just down the back roads is a nice example of the handling of this car. I'm sitting on actually 25 miles an hour. They're braking into this corner. I can actually just pump round it, then let off the power, and I'm not touching my brakes at all. The car's just smoothly coming in behind this one. Just come up into fourth gear. One of the nice things about this car is you can just stroll along in first gear. It's not at all lumpy, it's really easy. You might be able to see in the back of that Mercedes that I've got my headlights on. I always drive with my headlights on. A silver car is virtually invisible. You see everybody completely ignore my signals. I told you I was invisible. Comes the ambulance to let them by. And I think you get extra points for little children. So sitting in the 30 mile an hour limit, reading just under 30 miles an hour, the car's turning over at 1,500 in fourth gear. I could go up to fifth gear, but it tends to make it a bit clunky. And it's a start-stop ride down here, so I'll just leave it. Amazingly, this car will pull in fifth gear from 25 miles an hour up to 140 miles an hour. And that is pretty impressive, I think. So as we're rolling down the hill, the car's picking up a little bit of speed. It's gone up to about 33. Car weighs 2 tonne, it will accelerate on its own a little bit. So I'm coming up to a long hill here, coming into the 60 mile an hour. I'm going to drop it down to third. I've got a deadhead in a bloody Range Rover behind me trying to read my name off the back of my head. So I'm just going to pull it up the hill away from here. So this is a nice long hill. I've brought it up 60. Then powering around the corner, no need to ease off. I know there's a car in front of me, so I'm keeping my eye out for him, just in case he's going to turn off. But that was sweet, up into top, and just sitting on 60 now. I'm going to shut the windows now. This time of year it's very, very dusty, and the car is completely covered in dust, and that is because they've been combining the fields, and I'm allergic to all that. Top-down riding's all very well, as long as it doesn't make you ill. Now, I wanted to give a demonstration on the corner that we're coming up to, but I've got a feeling that I won't be able to, because this guy's going to slow down. So you see it says there maximum speed 30, that applies to lorries, so that they don't shed their load. So this is a nice deep hill, everyone in front is braking. I'm just going to roll down the hill. I'm still sitting on 60, the guy in front of me is braking. I'm now going to have to brake, otherwise I'm going to stuff in the back of him. Down into fourth, just rolling it round the corner. You see he's handling, he's up in the bloody hedge. Wake up, man. You can see that little green car in front of me with the X-Reg and the dent in the back. I've just tested my brakes because of him. He decided to pull out without looking. Fortunately, the brakes are really good on this car. Fortunately, this is only a 40-mile-an-hour zone. If we were doing 60, he would have been toast. This is one of my favourite little corners. We're on a private road. This is a 30-mile-an-hour road, and I'm doing exactly 30 mile an hour by the clock. You see that there's a right-hand bend, and this car, I can just go around this right-hand bend. I don't need to brake, I don't need to slow down. I can just go all the way around it. Another nice feature, but common on many cars. It tells you you've left your lights on, which is great in a bright day today. So I'll just turn those off. While we're at it, the fog lights are there as well. They pull out. So one, turn the lights on, out, out, back, back, off. This is quite a nice feature. Light up, modesty lamp, and unusually it's on both sides. And it's telling you a lot about the airbags there. And both of those work. That's pretty cool. In the top console here are the speakers and the microphones if you had a phone system. Well, my base model doesn't have the phone system, but it has all the switches and the equipment ready for you to add one in. And I've seen if you wanted to do it, it's about 80 quid. But nowadays everyone's got mobile phones, so why bother? So I'm just going to lift the speed up to 60. This is quite a steep hill, and at the bottom of it there's a sharp turn. And most people will be lifting off, putting their brakes on. This car, you can just come into this turn, you can put a hammer down and actually power through it. Staying on 60. Just don't pressurise this car in front of me. And perfectly smooth, you can feel it dig in. It's great handling. Although we're still going up the hill, I'm going to put it up into 5th, and we're crawling along at 40 here. So in 5th gear at 40 mile an hour is just doing 1,500 revs. So that car in front of me, I think he's trying to read the part numbers off the brake assembly on the back of that lorry. Just normal everyday things. The indicators on here, they're really nice and loud, and they've got a nice clear light so you can see that they're on. Obviously they're self-cancelling. As you go around the corner and straighten up, they should just switch off. There it goes. There is a number of cars where that just does not seem to work, and people drive down the motorways with their indicators on for miles and miles, completely oblivious to the signalling either right or left. Well, we're coming up to a nice snaky piece of road near where I live, and if there's nothing in the way, we should actually be able to exhibit the handling a bit. Looks like there's another X-Type in front of me, same colour as mine. just rolling along 55 miles an hour now. Everyone's slowing down, so we're not really going to get the effect. This is a nice sharp corner. They're all banging their brakes on. I'm just going to drop a cog, let them get ahead of me, and then put it round. Yeah, sorry, just realised it's an S-Type, and that's probably why it can't get round the corners, because the handling's really crap on those. They're two-wheel drive. Now, I should have realised the moment he put his brakes on. Funnily enough, I've actually done 2 brake tests on this drive already, but I didn't film either of them. So I'm just going to go down this lane, and if the road's clear, we'll activate the ABS. So there's no one around, nothing behind me, so that's pretty positive. Just cut in, you can feel the ululation of the system. That stopped pretty quickly. I was doing about 45 when I put the brakes on. So there we are then. Nice little trip out in the car. Managed to test some of its capabilities. So it's home again, home again. Here's Johnny.